Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
Drew Gaffney is connected with everything in the world. But it's going to take time for a moment to visit with us this morning on the Breakfast Show concerning the Broken Bow and Burwell Livestock Market. Good morning, Drew. How you doing?
Good, you?
Oh, we're doing pretty well. We're getting forgetful around here. I don't know, every day we find something we forgot. How's that working for you?
Yeah, I'd say that pretty much every day.
Yeah, it's not uncommon anymore. It's just expected. It's getting weird.
Well, yeah, Dave, and at your age, dementia's not it's kind of a common thing.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Drew. Appreciate that.
We did remember to call you, though, buddy.
Yeah, we didn't forget to call you this time, but, you never know ahead. So
Yeah.
how's things going? Things kind of picking back up after the holidays and everything?
Things are picking back up, and I tell you, we had two really good sales last week in Broken Bow and Burwell. Set some new record highs, both nationally and barn sales, and kind of give you a recap on what we got done. Last Thursday, had right at 1,000 head of weigh-up cows, and then we looked at about 2,000 head of calves. Kind of tell you how we operated back on Friday. Had about 550 head of those weigh-ups, and then right at 3,000 head of calves. Highlights of the sales, on the weigh-up sales, so those high-yielding cows was 170 up to 215. Those feeding type cows was 150 up to 169.75. Those poorer, thinner cows was 147 to 149.75. Heiferettes was 185 up to 267.5, and the bulls was 172 up to 230. Called that market steady to maybe 10 higher on those fat cows. In the calf division and the steers and the heifers, over those 2 days had a really outstanding market, a lot of buyer participation, and seats were full in both barns. Kind of give you a recap. Steer division, we had some 498-pound steers at 559, had some 670-pound steers at 434, had some 575-pound steers at 501, had some 693-pound steers at 426, had some 654-pound steers at 446, and had some 665-pound steers at 442, and had some big 8-weight steers weighed 807 at 368.5. In the heifer division, had some 436-pound heifers at 536, had some 571-pound heifers at 493, had some 646-pound heifers at 425, had some 697-pound heifers at 405, had some 631-pound heifers at 397, and had a nice set of black heifers that weighed 632, weighed 445, brought 445. That's kind of how we got along last week there in Burwell and Broken Bow. This week, 2 big days. Got a special weigh-up sale on Thursday in Broken Bow. Expecting about 1,000 head of those weigh-ups come through the door on Thursday. Back on Friday, got a really nice run of those feeder cattle and calves, and looking at about 3,500 head on Friday. Got any questions, give me a call, 308-872-1105. Point of interest, I know there's still some people looking for some bred heifers, bred cows. Got a really nice bred cow, bred heifer sale coming up from Broken Bow on the 23rd. Encourage you to go to the website and check those out. Got any questions, give me a call, 308-872-1105.
All right, Drew, what a great way to start out January 2026 with records across the country. That's pretty cool.
Yes, it's really good. It's a good time to be in the cattle business again. So,
well, let's enjoy it, right?
Right. One thing, too, I was going to tell you, kind of sports related, maybe Brett will get a kick out of this. So Dylan Raiola, he announced he's going to Oregon, right?
Yes, he did.
Well, the reason is everybody from Nebraska kind of thought he was a quack.
Oh.
You guys have a good day.
Thanks, Drew. That guy, he quacks me up.
Yes, he does.
No kidding. Here's the Young Rascals.
is 6 to 11, Monday to Friday, and express lunch is 11 to 2. On the go, pick up a ready-to-go casserole for busy nights. For evening cravings, visit Cracker Jack Sports Bar and Grill. Open Monday through Saturday from 5 to 10 with specials, appetizers, and snacks. It's all waiting for you on East Highway 2, Broken Bow.
That's what we're talking about. Tumbleweed and Cracker Jacks. We're going to give you a chance to win a prize from there this morning with our trivia game. We're going to switch things around a little bit. We're going to have those school lunch menus for you in a moment, but we're going to give you a chance to win a delicious treat. What is the treat going to be?
Well, we're going to give you a chance to win one of those delicious frozen take-and-bake small casseroles from the Tumbleweed that you can take home and pop in the oven. And here's your question for today. Been asking questions about the classic TV show Batman, which premiered on January 12th, 1966. Here's your question for today. How does the police commissioner of Gotham City ask for help when he needs Batman? Does he use a walkie-talkie, the blue phone, the bat signal, or Morse code? Those are your choices. If you know the answer, you can call us at 872-2801.
All right, give us a call at 872-2801. The phone is ringing now. We're going to pick it up. Good morning. You're on the air. Who are we talking to?
Gary.
Gary, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing okay.
All right, good deal, good deal. All right, here's Brent with your question.
Okay, Gary, how does the police commissioner in the classic TV show Batman ask for help when he needs Batman? Does he use a walkie-talkie, a blue phone, the bat signal, or Morse code?
The bat signal.
The bat signal. You got it. And because you've answered correctly, going to put your name on a certificate that'll get you one of those delicious frozen take-and-bake small casseroles from the Tumbleweed Cafe. So come on in and see us when you can.
Sounds good.
All right, thanks a lot. Have a great day.
Yep.
All right, 7:41 is your time. You're listening to The Breakfast Show on a terrific Tuesday. Another beautiful weather day today. Yesterday was really nice. And today's going to be another warm one. We're going to cool off a little bit, but for January, for heaven's sakes, not bad.
Did I hear a chance of rain?
A chance,
today?
Yes. Yeah.
Well,
maybe it's
good.
going to be
That's
warm.
better than no chance.
Yeah, let's have it warm and wet. That would be good. Today, on this is the 13th already?
It is.
Of January?
Yes, it is. It's been close to half over.
Didn't we just have Christmas and New Year celebrations and making all these projections for the new year and resolutions, and it's already the third? That means it's just about about 4 or 5 more days, and most of the resolutions will be gone.
Pretty much.
Well, go ahead today then and enjoy a meal at the Prairie Pioneer Center. Hot chicken salad, California blend, and fruit. Excuse me. And you can call them at 872-6121 if you're bringing somebody along with you, a guest, or if you're going to give it a try today for the first time. Or you can call that number to set up the delivery to your home. Again today, hot chicken salad, California blend, and fruit.
The school lunch menus for today will start at Litchfield, where they will be serving Mexican rice bowls at Litchfield.
Sargent, chicken noodles, mashed potatoes, fruit cup, blueberry pie, dinner roll, and milk.
Thetford today, meat lover pizza at Thetford.
Is it hot in here or is it just me?
It's a little warm.
It's hot. Cozad today, they've got just a great number of choices here. Walking taco with green beans. The combo craving is the hot honey garlic chicken bites with garlic toast. Also an option, seasoned fries, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches with green beans and yogurt. And their daily sliced pizza bars open with green beans as well at Cozad.
Sandhills School in Dunning, tater tot casserole today at Sandhills.
Gothenburg Public Schools, traditional beefy lasagna with garlic breadsticks. Crispy chicken sandwiches, spicy chicken sandwich, grilled station combo features the hot dog basket. Made fresh sausage pizza, fresh baked Italian turkey sub, pizza snackables, uncrustable cheese and cracker platter, and last but not least, Make It Fresh ham chef salad with flatbread station at Gothenburg today.
At Loop City today, chicken bacon ranch pizza or pepperoni pizza at Loop City today.
And Selma Myrna, today it's beef stir fry with rice, crispy chicken sandwich, spicy chicken sandwich is available, uncrustable cheese and cracker platter as well at Anselmo Myrna.
All right, kind of similar at Broken Bow today. Beef stir fry with rice, also a crispy chicken sandwich, a spicy chicken sandwich, fresh baked Italian turkey sub, and the grill station combo is a hot dog basket at Broken Bow today.
Callaway Schools, meatballs, fruit, vegetables, and milk.
All right, my last one is from Ansley, where they'll be serving a hot ham and cheese sandwich today at Ansley School.
The Arnold Schools featuring bean burritos, chips, and cheese. And at Arcadia today, it's barbecued meatballs, fruit, vegetables, and milk. That's your school lunch menus and the Prairie Pioneer Center menu for today. All sounds pretty delicious.
Yes, it does.
Okay, we've got instructions there. We got this over here. We expect that we'll have Arrow Seed in here in just any moment or two. So let's talk sports. Now we've got some basketball yet to cover, and then switching over later this week to a whole lot of wrestling.
Correct.
So basketball tonight.
Looking forward to this. This will be fun. We're going to go to Sandhills High School in Dunning tonight, where Broken Bow will be playing Sandhills Thetford, kind of a neat cross-class matchup. And so we'll have those games for you tonight on KBBN 95.3 FM and KBBN.com. We'll also plan to do the live video stream, too, so you can watch the action accompanied by the radio call through Sandhills Express Facebook and YouTube. Girls varsity is scheduled to tip at 6 o'clock with the boys game to follow. And then, as Dave mentioned, later in the week, we'll kind of shift gears and go over to the wrestling scene, and we'll roll the mats out on the court. And we'll do that on Thursday when we travel up to Valentine, as the Broken Bow girls and boys wrestling teams will be in a triangular with Valentine and Gothenburg. We're told that the Broken Bow girls will be wrestling Valentine in a duel at 5 o'clock on on Thursday. And then later in the evening, they'll switch to the boys' duels, and we'll have Broken Bow dueling Gothenburg and Broken Bow against Valentine. So we'll have all of the Broken Bow duels on the air for you beginning at around 5 o'clock on Thursday on KBBN 95.3 FM and KBBN.com. And then on Saturday, we will be going back to Sandhills High School in Dunning, where they will be hosting the Sandhills Thetford Wrestling Invitational, which also doubles as the MNAC Wrestling Championships. And so we'll be there to cover the semifinal round through the remainder of the tournament. So we anticipate coming on the air maybe somewhere between 2 and 3 is usually what we've done in the past. But we'll kind of keep you updated once we're there and we get closer to the semifinal round. We'll pick up the live coverage of our area athletes in that round through the remainder of the tournament, and that'll be on Saturday on KBBN.
Music from the Dave Clark 5.
This is Chris Smith with the Palmer Monument Company. It's our goal to assist you in selecting the memorial that best fits your family needs. And with our sale, we'll save you money too.
During the annual winter sale at Palmer Monument Company in Lexington and Broken Bow.
Recover your health. If you are suffering from an illness, surgery, or injury, Team Physical Therapy can get you back on your feet again with today's most advanced physical therapy treatments. 872-5111. Our highly trained physical therapists evaluate and treat a wide range of physical conditions. Team Physical Therapy is committed to a timely and effective recovery for each of our patients. Call Team Physical Therapy 872-5111 or check us out on the web at myteampt.com.
All right. Already, we have guests in the studio. Arrow Seed is here, and Logan has brought along a very, first-time guest, I think, here in the studio, Logan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And tell us who this young gentleman is.
This young gentleman is my son, Jasper.
Jasper, how you doing?
Good.
Good. So how's school going this year, all right?
Yeah.
Good. What's your favorite subject?
Math.
Math. Oh boy, that's good. That's good, isn't it, Dad?
Yeah, the apple apparently falls really far from the tree.
That's pretty good, though. So let's see. How old are you?
6.
You're 6. Okay. So at 6 years, do you guys play out in the playground for recess?
Yeah.
And what do you do out there?
Play tag.
Tag. Mm-hmm.
Are you pretty fast?
Yeah.
Yeah, you look like you're fast.
Yeah, you look pretty fast. You're pretty fast. If you could play a sport, what's your favorite sport? Do you like
Football.
football? That
Yeah.
didn't take long. You like football? All right.
Do you have a favorite football team?
Nebraska.
Well, of
Nebraska,
course.
that a boy.
You've answered the questions all correctly today. So do you like to hang around Arrow Seed sometimes? Yeah, that's a pretty busy place, isn't it? Yeah. So do you think someday you'll want to, go out and plant seeds in the ground like your dad? Yeah. Do you get a ride in the tractor?
Yeah.
Oh man.
So who's stronger, you or your dad?
Me.
Yeah, that's what I thought, man. I'm looking at you. You look like a strong kid.
Yeah.
Can you lift those seed bags?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right.
Well, all is good, Jasper. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, it's I figured why not
Yeah.
have some fresh talent around
Absolutely.
these parts.
Yeah, no kidding. So, all right. So what's going on at Arrow Seed?
Well, we're busy cleaning
Cleaning seed.
cleaning seed. Hey, Jasper, what seed are we cleaning? What did we look at this morning? Do you remember?
Little blue stem.
Little blue
Blue
stem.
stem.
Yep.
Wow.
We're cleaning little blue stem that was grown down kind of in the Callaway, Gothenburg-ish
Yeah.
area. So,
Nice.
Yep.
All right.
So, Jasper, how do you clean seed? Do you clean it like you do like dirty dishes? Do you get like the dish soap out and scrub each seed? Or
No.
That's not how you do it?
We use a machine.
I'll use a machine. There you go. All right. That makes it pretty easy, I'm guessing.
Is the machine is it kind of noisy?
Yeah.
Yeah. And is it inside the building?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So it's noisy inside the building. Is it dusty?
Yeah.
Okay. Not too bad. Okay.
we didn't sneeze too much this morning.
That's good.
I imagine that can happen.
It can.
Yeah. All right.
So yeah, Jasper gets to ride in the combine while we're harvesting different stuff, and he gets to see it go over the mill also.
Nice. Gets to see the whole process.
The whole process.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Now, when you're in the combine, Jasper, is there an extra seat there for you?
Yes.
Oh, and can you see right down on the crop as it's going in the combine?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah, do you know who he usually makes sit in that extra seat?
Me.
He makes me sit in the extra seat while he drives the combine.
Nice.
Wow. Does that have an automatic steering wheel?
Yes.
Do you have to turn it around at the end?
Yes.
Oh man, that sounds fun. Does you have air conditioning in there?
Yes.
Good. Everything's good.
Yes, it
is. It is. So yeah, we're booking right along at the store and getting a lot of stuff cleaned and
Good.
getting prepared for the maybe winter that we're going to have.
Maybe.
But if it stays like this weather, it's really just going to be a prolonged spring. So there will be a lot of spring small grains going in, I would guess, fairly early this year.
Yeah. I heard that some guys talking that was kind of speculating on the weather, and we're having these more open Januaries and winter, basically. But it seems like maybe spring's changed a little bit with that as far as when spring starts, and I'm sure you guys have to adjust to that.
Yeah, and, it's always a toss-up when we start getting the bulk of our, field peas and forage peas and that stuff in.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all signs are pointing this year that it's going to be early.
Early, okay.
Yep.
Well, you'd think
I say that now, and then give it a month, and it's going to be, we're going to have snow till May.
Yeah, we get a real heavy snow in April. That might change things, and that wouldn't really be a bad thing if it wasn't all piled up in a pile somewhere.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you like it when it snows, Jasper?
Yes.
What do you do in the snow?
Sledding.
Oh, man.
You build snowman?
No.
No, I don't do that. Yeah, I hear you, man. I know.
Why build a snowman when you can go sleigh
when you can
riding?
sled, exactly, man.
Yeah. Well, we haven't had much snow this year, have we?
No.
No. All right. Did Santa Claus bring you what you wanted?
Yes.
Oh, good deal. Good deal.
What did you get from Santa?
A farming set.
Oh, farming set. Nice. So what all came with that? I assume tractors and...
Yeah.
Yeah?
All the farming stuff.
Oh, nice.
Did it have animals too?
Yes.
So have you kind of been planting in the house? Do you kind of pretend like you put... Yeah, what have you been putting in? What have you been planting?
Buffalo grass.
Buffalo grass. Nice. All right.
That's great. That'll go right into you. I bet Mom will like that when that comes up.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Have a nice carpet in the living room.
Yes.
What kind of animals did you get with the farm?
Cows and horses.
Both cows and horses.
And one sheep.
Okay, I was going to ask you if you had any goats.
No.
Okay. All right. Okay. So as far as the windows of booking goes, are we closing those up as far as pre-booking?
Yeah, we're getting towards the end of the prepay period, which I think goes to the 16th.
Okay, so it's getting really close.
This week.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's one of those things that if you were blessed enough and graced enough to need to have a little tax relief, come on in and get some stuff prepaid for.
Yeah.
To lower that tax bill.
Otherwise, they might be an advantage too to book it ahead so you have it.
Yeah, you don't have to prepay for it.
Yeah.
You can call and say, "Hey, I need 150 bags of oats. Get me down for it, and I'll just pick it up when I need it."
Yeah. Well, I would guess, and I'm only guessing because I'm not an ag guy, but it's with this weather pattern we're in, having a cover crop backup may seem more important than ever because we don't know what we're going to get from moisture.
Yep, and there is a good route for some alternative crops out there also. I'm sure a lot of the farmers around here saw the USDA report come in that pretty well tanked commodity prices even further when there's not much further they can go. So it might be time to start thinking about some alternatives.
Yeah.
For some of those marginal acres that might be a losing proposition from the get-go.
Yeah, to put a row crop in some dry land, maybe a cover crop might fit in nicely there.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Okay. All right. You got any more questions for this young man, Brent?
No, thanks. So you got any questions for us, Jasper?
Anything?
Who mows your lawn?
Oh, jeez. Well, I usually do. I like to mow my own yard, but once in a while my neighbor sneaks over and mows it for me and then sends me a bill. Yeah.
What do you think about that, Jasper? Is that a good deal?
No.
Well, we got about a minute left. Is there anything you had on your mind, Logan, at the store, and Jasper, anything you got, Logan?
Yeah, I think we pretty well covered it. I figured why not bring in a bring in a guest today.
I'm glad
Hey, man,
you
bring
did.
him in anytime, man.
Yeah.
This has been great.
Yeah, you're a positive, direct person and very honest as well.
Yep.
I'm going to tell you right now, Jasper, I'm going to go over there and I'm going to mow that lawn next year and I'm going to charge him for it. What do you think about that?
No.
Yeah, I like you, Jasper. I like you a lot.
Jasper's on Team Brent.
He is, isn't he?
Oh, man, there you go. Boy, we could have fun with that.
Oh,
huh?
yeah.
Team Brent versus Team Dave. Oh, my.
Oh, my's right. Jasper, thanks for coming in.
You're welcome.
You're right. All right, news is next on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. People in Iran have been able to contact the outside world, sending out video via Starlink for the first time since a deadly crackdown on nationwide protests. CBS's Holly Williams.
Behind closed doors, it seems that Iran is seeking a diplomatic solution to this crisis, with direct communication taking place between Iran's foreign minister and President Trump's envoy, Steve Witkoff.
Minnesota and the Twin Cities suing the feds to block an immigration enforcement surge. State Attorney General Keith Ellison.
The Trump administration's decision to target Minnesota and Twin Cities is motivated by a desire to retaliate against Trump's perceived political opponents.
Some Republicans joining Democrats in condemning the Justice Department's criminal investigation into Fed Chair Jerome Powell and the $2 billion reno at Fed headquarters in D.C. GOP Senator John Kennedy.
I will be shocked if he has done anything wrong.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
In Nebraska news, in a story released by KNOP, the Quilted Leaf Quilt Guild presented 9 quilts of valor to local veterans at a ceremony on Sunday at the Wallace American Legion Hall, honoring their service with a handmade tribute and about 100 attendees. Members of the Quilted Leaf Quilt Guild and community members gathered on January 11th at the Wallace American Legion Hall for the presentation. Area Representative Kathy Dye presented the Quilts of Valor, homemade quilts given to veterans to thank and comfort them for their service. The event drew roughly 100 people and included members of the American Legion Riders and the Patriot Guard Riders, who attend to honor the recipients. The ceremony recognized 9 local veterans in the following order: Ruby Dell, Levon Bogart, Wendell Crothers, Donald Eugene Eggert, Donald Eugene Lee, Perry Limer, Thomas Pankinen, William Polson, Joel Phillips, and Ernest Turpin. Organizers say the Quilts of Valor program aims to provide comfort and appreciation for veterans and their families through the gifts of a handcrafted quilt. This has been a Nebraska News Update. I'm Jack Simpson reporting for Central Nebraska's News Source.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Steve DeSager.
The Houston Texans won their wild card game at Pittsburgh Monday night, 30-6. It was a 7-6 lead to start the fourth quarter. The Texans, who had started the season 0-3, are now 13-5, including 10 consecutive victories. Christian Kirk, 8 receptions, 144 yards and a score. Wide receiver Nico Collins left with a concussion. The Texans go to New England Sunday for a divisional playoff. New England defensive back Christian Gonzalez is in concussion protocol. Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford will play this Sunday at Chicago despite a sprained index finger. In the NBA, Sacramento beat the Lakers 124-112 despite 42 points from Luka Doncic. Wins for Dallas and the Clippers. Philadelphia won at Toronto 115-102. Tyrese Maxey 33 points. In the NHL, Tampa Bay won its 10th in a row, 5-1 at Philadelphia. Detroit in overtime beat Carolina 4-3.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Chance for rain today, otherwise overcast skies. High temperatures reach up to 59, northwest winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. Cloudy skies tonight, slight chance of rain, lows level off around 29. Cloudy skies with a few peaks of sun. Tomorrow, high temperatures reach up to 42. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
How is your diesel engine doing? If exceptional is not the answer, then it may be time to talk to Power Solutions. From service calls or bringing it into the shop, they have the parts and the know-how to get your semi or pickup diesel engine running. Call Power Solutions at 308-872-5522 or stop in and see them 2 miles east of Broken Bow on Highway 2. Trust them, your diesel engine will thank you.
4 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock. Let's go outside with Jack Simpson and find out what it really feels like. Jack, what's it like out there?
Absolutely beautiful for a mid-January day. 42 under a cloudy sky. Winds out of the west, 5 to 10. Barometric pressure at 29.99 with humidity at 51%. No rain or snow in the last 24 hours. In 200s of precipitation for the month, with a high yesterday of 64 and an overnight low of 38.
All right, Jack, thanks a lot. Hopefully we can get a little rain. It's pretty dry out there.
Yeah, I think we got a 50% chance today and tonight. So.
Okay, let's hope it happens. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Jeff Denson will be our next guest, just much like the Ohio State. We're going to have the star of the show in right after this.
Tom plows Runza's parking lot on Temperature Tuesdays.
Take that, Snowdrift. With great horsepower comes great responsibility.
Every Tuesday in January, the temp at 6 a.m. is the price you pay for an original Runza sandwich when you buy fries and a medium drink.
And every Tuesday, the drive-thru will be drivable.
Thanks, Tom. Not all heroes wear capes.
I'm wearing one.
I know. Runza makes it all better.
Runza's Temperature Tuesday reading is 28 degrees. That means your original Runza sandwich is just 28 cents today when you purchase a fry and medium drink today only at Runza. And there you have it, 28 cents Runza with the sides and the drink at Runza today only. All right, I want to apologize right off the bat. I compared the Jeff Denson to the Ohio State, and in this part of the country, that's probably not a very wise thing to do. So I apologize, Jeff.
Well, we can't beat them, so it's okay, I suppose.
Okay. Team physical therapy will be our subject, I think. But we were talking earlier. If you have time to visit a little bit.
Oh, sure.
Okay. Brett and I were talking a little bit earlier about the portal and the transfer of our quarterback through the portal. Away he went. And went to the Ducks. Is that where he went?
Went to Oregon, I believe. Yeah, I think.
Is that official?
The posts that I have seen have said committed. So yeah, I think they're calling it official now that he's joining the Ducks.
As Drew said earlier, he's a quack now.
Yeah.
Do you think he'll be faster there? Because I don't think he will be. But that's just.
I don't know. What we were talking about is they have a star quarterback that may go to the pros or may not. If they don't, then Raiola will be redshirted, and he'll be 35 years old when he graduates from college, because he can redshirt and play for, I don't know, 4 more years? I don't know how that works.
They're supposed to have gotten rid of some of those things, but I don't think it has. So
that hasn't happened.
6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
Well, it used to be.
Some people get a doctorate in that period of time. But
yeah, right. It used to be you went to the NFL so you could make money.
Yes.
And now
if you're a backup quarterback,
you don't have to do that.
No.
You can stay in college and make millions.
Yeah. If you're a backup quarterback, you can make $2 million, and you haven't even started a game yet. It makes no sense.
That's crazy.
So what's your hurry?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be.
If he's up there and he's on the sidelines as a backup for a year, he's making money, and then the guy's going to leave. And as Brent said, well, maybe he'll portal out and go somewhere else and make some more money.
Mm-hmm. Take the next contract.
Yeah.
Hey, I think maybe I've asked you this in the past. I probably have, but I'm going to ask you again. I know you love watching sports. You watch a lot of it. As a physical therapist, do you watch it differently, especially when an injury occurs? When someone goes down, are you immediately diagnosing it as a physical therapist? I'm just curious.
I do like to watch the replay, yes.
Yeah?
To see what happened. Yeah, absolutely.
And do you start thinking right away, I have an idea what that might be, and then, of course, how you would treat it?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, but maybe the replays where you actually do the actual inspection?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's way easier to evaluate slow-mo. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's a good question.
I have patients come in now, high school kids, that they say, you want to see the play it happened on? And, I want to see the play it happened. And it allows me to see what happened. And most schools can pull up their video and just show me. So it's crazy.
So where the bend is, where the stretch is,
Yep.
their impact,
everything that happened.
Even I suppose the concussion protocol.
Absolutely. It really does well with knee injuries. I mean, I kind of see what happened, and make sure that I'm checking what I think might have occurred, and then concussions helps a lot.
Yeah.
So see how violent the force was, whether or not their head came off the ground at the same time. So. Yep.
And now we're in basketball and wrestling, and there's always the chance of injuries in those sports for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You always think about basketball being sprained ankles.
Got lots of sprained ankles.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wrestling shoulders and that sort of thing.
Everything in wrestling, it's just just a rough sport.
It is rough. Yeah. So have you been busy with some of the students, or hopefully not too busy?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen quite a few injuries here recently, but I wouldn't say anything out of the norm. So, yeah.
First question I would think would be, can you get me back onto the court? Can you get me back on the mat? And that's a really, I don't think it's a tough situation, because you know whether they should be or not.
Yeah, you just get caught trying to push maybe too fast. And the key is just allow something to heal to where you're not going to do more damage. And so, there's every injury is a little bit different. There's stuff you can play with that has stable joints, but when your joint's unstable, you've stretched things out too much, torn a ligament, or like shoulders, or having neural symptoms, then you just got to shut it down and let it heal for a little bit before you return back.
Yeah, and we all know that there's the concussion protocol in wrestling too.
Yeah, and that's way easier to work a patient through that now, because if the symptoms are there, then you're not going. So that's very simple, and you can explain why. And just doing concussion tests, vision tests, and things will tell you immediately whether or not they still have symptoms. And then you can't pass the sway medical test that we do unless you're good. So it's just impossible to pass without.
And you do a lot of pre-work, kind of setting a base, don't you?
Yeah, we do baselines on everybody every year, usually in August. We've been doing some schools in May, and then that just gives us the baseline. And if they can't reach that, it's pretty simple. So they have 5 categories that we look at, and if they're not within 10% of their baseline, they can't go. So it's been straightforward, and it's held kids out for a long period of time that needed to be held out. So and I know there's a lot of frustration with that, and coaches think they should be back by now, and the brain takes as long as the brain takes to heal. And it'll the test will ensure that we're returning them back safely.
It's a great program. I mean,
it's way better than anything we ever had before.
Yeah.
So
that's a great tool.
Yeah, the key is just like we just had a concussion in that got dinged, didn't get pulled like on a Tuesday, and then had another injury on Thursday, and so that's the ones we want to prevent. So the minute you feel like you have symptoms, the kids just need to tell people, and make sure communicating with parents, and parents need to ask if they've got a headache, or did something happen, do we need to get it checked out. And so we just want to prevent those bigger second concussion injuries that cause big problems.
Accumulation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Jeff, since we're on this topic of conversation, we're talking about athletes, and obviously those things are being monitored pretty close.
Yep.
But for just the average person, it can be easy. You know, you can take a fall, you can bang your head, you can bang your head against the top of a door frame or something. And so what is your suggestion to those people? What are the symptoms that may arise where you say, hey, you know what? You need to make sure you get this checked on before you go much further.
So if you have a prolonged headache for more than 24 hours that is not improving or increasing in intensity, then it's time to get checked out. Just having a neural check done quickly by your physician rules things out, and then if it's progressing, obviously they would do CT scan and just make sure there's no bleed or anything going on in the head, and it's just not. I mean, there's no reason to wait.
Yeah.
Like if your symptoms are bad, sensitivity to light, vomiting, different things like that, then it's time to go to the doctor.
Yeah.
Because the results that neurosurgeons can get if they are in the case fast enough is unreal. Like you will have zero symptoms from injuries that used to be catastrophic. So it's pretty amazing what they can do as far as neurosurgeons now decreasing pressure in the brain, monitor of symptoms, and it's pretty amazing things.
Yeah.
So
is there? Hope this is not a really ignorant question, but is there therapy that you can do? The surgery, of course, would be a necessary thing when if you had a situation like that. Is there therapy you can do along with this?
Yeah, absolutely. So on post-concussion symptoms, so if I have a student or a concussion that's happened 10 days ago and they're not improving, then we can start rehab at that point, and that's when we call the doctor usually and start therapy.
I see.
Most of the time, usually there's a neck injury involved with it, and upper cervical spine can really give you neural symptoms to your head. And usually, if we do a few treatments on that, making sure everything's moving, mobilize the cervical spine, that improves their symptoms within days. And then they progress to the test quickly. If it's more neural in nature, bleed or increased pressure in the head, we can do things to improve vision. So we do a lot of visual exercises, do a lot of neck turning with visual exercises, and then speed movements, like throwing things at somebody just to get a reaction time back. So, and all of that has to happen before they can return to normal, back to full activity. And it's the same thing if somebody's had a head injury, stroke or head injury. All of that neural symptoms. We are way better at treating the vision portion of things with movement than we ever have been, understanding what to check for. And so, it's an amazing change in the last 10 years with all of that, mostly due to concussion stuff. So,
how much do you notice balance affected?
Yeah. Well, that's on a sideline. That's my first test: single leg balance.
Okay.
They will not be able to stand on one leg, and some people can't stand on one leg. But I mean, that is having that balance input with vision is the key. So that's the two tests that I really rely on is 3 different vision tests and then single leg stance. So if you've ever seen me on a sideline, those are the 3 things I'm doing, and that tells you pretty quickly.
So for people who are non-athletes, have a little older, I know we've talked about balance before. Like you say, there's the strokes and those effects, and then there's just the actual
natural aging process.
So that's so important, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, and it's something that if you don't work on or challenge a little bit as you get older. Or age and older things, it's something that you have to just challenge yourself in. And our therapists are really good at coming up with new things to challenge that with neck movements and writing reactions. And so if you're about to fall, how quickly you can make that move, those things. And so it's pretty impressive to watch some of the ideas that they come up with that we hadn't been doing previously.
Yeah. How many times have you had? This wouldn't necessarily be a balance thing, but they come in and say, I'm having difficulty backing up the car anymore because I can't turn my head around.
A lot.
There's a lot.
A lot. Yeah.
Can you help with that?
Oh yeah. The key is just increasing range as much as possible in the neck, and then just doing exercises to improve that.
Yeah.
But those the guys that run machinery behind them that are turned around all day, by the time they're 60, will have a need for physical therapy. So
young and old, right?
Yes.
How's things staff wise? I know that you always have a top staff. Are you sitting pretty good right now?
We are. Allison Chilowiski, that's a guess. Rowden from Burwell. She's married, and I can't pronounce the last name. I apologize for that. But she knows that also. So she'll be coming back on Monday, which will free up Jenna Lee Tierney, Jenna Lee Center, and Tracy Johnson coming back into Broken Bow. So, yeah, it frees us up a lot recently. So, and then I have another therapist that I think we have hired for the June time, but I'm going to hold on that until that gets to that time frame, and we'll discuss that a lot more.
And remember, folks, there's several locations that you have staff at, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Burwell, Callaway,
Gothenburg, and Broken Bow.
Right here, yeah. So, and you've got experts in every office, every clinic.
Yeah, we're excited. It's been going very well. I think in the near future, probably would like to hire a physical therapy assistant for the Gothenburg area. Our therapist down there is busy enough that it's time to make some moves there and free his schedule up. So, so I'm hoping to add that sometime in the near future.
Jeff, do you have? I know you go in to the Burwell Care Center up there, and of course Broken Bow's hospital here. In Gothenburg, do you do the same?
No, not in the hospital, but we have a really good relationship with Stonehearth, which is the assisted living there, and do a lot of treatments in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I don't think people realize how busy that keeps your guys.
It's very, very busy. Yeah. And the nursing home in Callaway, we had a contract with for years and years and years, and the hospital. So, and the Burwell Nursing Home and Callaway Nursing Homes are just great care that obviously we're involved in, but they do a great job with patients. So,
movement is such an important thing, and if we don't have somebody like you to help us, especially as you get older, you just need to keep that mobility.
Yeah, have to. Yeah. And you'll just have times where, like we've had a lot of patients that have been down with respiratory illness, and you're gonna, if it's bad enough, you're gonna be down enough that you're gonna need some help to get moving like you want to.
Back up to speed.
Yeah, and it doesn't take long, but just doing the right things exercise-wise, getting stronger, and getting moving will get you over that faster. So if you're having troubles with that, let us know. We can take a look, and we don't want to push too hard, obviously, if there's active infection process, but once you're healed up, it's time to get back to activity and normal movement stuff. So
still taking walk-ins at those locations?
Yep.
Okay. All right. We'll
get you in as soon as we can.
Team Physical Therapy, hard at work for you folks, and I know that the walk-in part of it is huge. If somebody finally decides they need to come in, or something happens like a bump in the head or a fall or something like that.
Something you need quickly.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's what we want to be there for.
All right. You guys want to talk Bears or anything?
Well, congratulations to your Bears, and congratulations to Billy. He was pretty excited.
I wish I could have
seen for him.
I wish I could have been there with Billy when we knocked that pass away at the end. I bet he was excited.
Yeah, I talked to him the next morning, and he was excited.
Yeah.
So it's good to have you. It's always good having you in. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Guys.
Yep, we'll take a time out with these words.
The Breakfast Show.
Don't know what I'd do without them. They're awesome.
On KCNI KBBN.
A new year means new plans and a fresh start for your savings. At Custer Federal State Bank, we believe hard work deserves a safe place to grow. Whether you're saving for the farm, the family, or the future, our savings accounts are built for folks who value trust, service, and hometown banking. Start the year off right with neighbors who know you by name. Stop by Custer Federal State Bank today or visit us online. Custer Federal State Bank, your hometown bank, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
New year, new deals at Varney Pharmacy. Save money when you compare and save with their leader brand products. Shop cold products like Mucinex and Robitussin equivalents. Alternatives to save on pain products like Volerin and Aspercream. And digestive products like Miralax, Prilosec, and Align. Don't forget, flu shots are available on Tuesdays. No appointment needed. Varney Pharmacy, downtown Broken Bow.
8:24. We're going to take a time out, Brent. When we come back, Big Iron. Not the song, Mark Stock.
All right, that sounds good.
Oh, wait, maybe we should play Big Iron, too. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that'd be a nice Yeah, nice segue between the two.
All right, we'll take a break. Back with Mark after these words.
Mark January 29 on your calendar for Ritter Hereford Ranch's annual sale northwest of Callaway, where they will sell 2-year-old and yearling bulls and yearling heifers. Ritters sell reputation cattle known for high carcass traits, calving ease, and super dispositions. We cooperate on delivery, give bull insurance, and volume discounts. Buy into 119 years of selection for economic traits that put profit in your cow herd. Ritter Herefords, January 29, Callaway, Nebraska.
Great Scott! Don't get left behind. Check out the station calendar at sandhillsexpress.com. From your favorite shows on KCNI and KBBN to live local sports, the station calendar keeps you in the know on everything hitting the airwaves. Never miss a game. Never miss a show. Head to sandhillsexpress.com and click on the station calendar, your one-stop guide to what's playing on your favorite stations.
2 raffles and 2 big chances to win at the Custer County Ag Society Winter Ball, happening Saturday the 24th in Broken Bow. You won't want to miss out. You could win an OZ Bar Precision Custom 22-250 rifle or $2,500 in landscaping from Sun Valley Landscaping. Raffle tickets are $50 each with only 200 sold per prize. Winners will be drawn Saturday the 24th at the Winter Ball. Message the Custer County Fairgrounds Facebook page or contact any Ag Society member for tickets. You do not have to be present to win.
A care model rooted in 5 basic values: dignity, respect, patience, charity, and trust. That's Quality Senior Villages in Broken Bow. Stop by or visit QualitySeniorVillages.com to learn about their commitment to their residents and current openings.
Well, good Tuesday morning, everybody. Mark Stock here with Big Iron Auction Company, and today at 11 o'clock this morning, 118 acres of Gosper County, Nebraska land will be selling on the Big Iron website. Brian Brown will be at the Gosper County Senior Center in Elwood, Nebraska, representing this land that's owned by Security First Bank. The land is located south and west of Elwood, Nebraska. The land includes rolling pasture with good grass and fence. There's also a building site that features a Morton pole shed, a ranch-style home with a full basement, and there's also some nice pens and some grain bins on this property. Once again, Brian Brown will be representing this land that is selling today on BigIron.com. This online auction is scheduled to close at 11 o'clock Central Time unless it goes into a bidding extension or an overtime period. And this afternoon, we have our breeding stock sale. We have a really nice selection of red and black Angus bred and A-eyed heifers. There are some 3- and 4-year-old cows and some running age cows. All of the owners and their pedigrees are listed with every lot selling today on the Big Iron Breeding Stock online auction. And then on Wednesday, January the 14th at 9 o'clock in the morning, we have our weekly Wednesday online machinery sale with equipment from Omaha Public Power District in Elkhorn, Nebraska. The John C. Taylor Estate items by Clay Center, Nebraska will be sold, featuring an International 5288 and a 5088 tractor. There is also a 1970 John Deere 3020 tractor selling. It's a gas synchro range. Saprock Dairy from Muleshoe, Texas. They'll be selling a Haybuster H1130 Big Bite tub grinder and a 2024 Merritt Cattle 32-foot tri-axle gooseneck livestock trailer. There are 60 different sellers using BigIron.com to sell their equipment here on Wednesday, January the 14th. And then on Thursday, January the 15th, we'll be conducting the Mark and Bridget Vaughn retirement sale. 85 high-quality items selling by Alliance, Nebraska. You won't find any nicer machinery selling anywhere in America than you will on Thursday, January the 15th for the Vaughn family. They have a 2021 Case IH 7250 Combine, a 2020 model Apache AS 1040 self-propelled sprayer, 2021 John Deere 8RX 370 quad track tractor, 2007 Columbia Freightliner 120 semi-truck tractor, a John Deere 1770 16-row 30 front fold planter, John Deere 1890C air seeder with a commodity cart, a John Deere 8320 RT track tractor, Kuhn, Kraus, Gladiator, 16-row 30 strip till machine. 2023 year model Landau 7530, 32-foot vertical tillage machine. There's a Challenger MT 755 track tractor and so many more quality items. Once again, this sale is Thursday, January the 15th by Alliance, Nebraska for Mark and Bridget Vaughn. And also on Thursday, we'll be selling 2,550 acres of Adams County, Colorado land in 4 different tracts. This land, located by Byers, Colorado. Curtis Romero is the Big Iron Realty agent that will be handling this transaction. We will be at the Northeast Nebraska Farm Show in Norfolk, Nebraska here on January 14th and 15th. We'll also be in Colorado at the Colorado Farm Show the last week in January. Big Iron attends over 100 farm shows and conventions throughout a calendar year, promoting the seller's machinery. The shows are great opportunities for you to learn more about selling your machinery, your land, your livestock, even your classic cars. Speaking of classic cars, the sale on March the 2nd on BigIron.com will feature a 1969 Boss 429 selling at no reserve. This is an uncirculated car, never been sold before. It's impeccable. There is also a 2013 Cobra Super Snake, 10,000 miles, 6-speed, 1 owner, a wide body. Plus, there's a 1969 supercharged Camaro. Contact your Big Iron rep to get your car listed to sell on the Big Iron Sullivan Auctioneers Classic Car Sale. The weather has been very nice the first week of January, and we booked 14 retirement sales to take place here in March and April. If you are retiring or if you have land you would like to sell, pick up the phone and call us. Our phone number is 402-276-2077, or you can reach us at 1-800-937-3558. Thank you for your business. We appreciate it.
Injured on the field or court? Whether it's a torn ligament, muscle strain, shoulder injury, knee injury, or joint pain, Melham's orthopedic specialists are there to help you recover and return to doing what you love. Melham Medical Center provides treatment plans, surgical, and clinical services. Don't let an injury keep you sidelined this sports season. Contact them today and get back to peak performance. Melham Medical Center hopes you all have a joyous new year. Melham Medical Center, large enough to serve, small enough to care.
Hello, I'm Chris Smith, the Palmer Monument Company. There are many good reasons to pre-select your family memorial. During the months of January and February, we are giving you one more reason, our annual winter sale. Come and see us today, and when you bring the coupon from the newspaper, receive additional savings off our already reduced prices. Our goal is to assist you in selecting the memorial that best fits your family needs, and will save you money too, during the annual winter sale at Palmer Monument Company of Broken Bow in Lexington.
Geared for Sports in Broken Bow is all about gearing you up for sports, whether it's for participants.
Chris Smith is here from Palmer Monument. Chris, I got a question off the start here. Is this a show that you purchased at a gala or a gala?
No, Christy gets paid for it today.
Oh, man.
So
I was going to say, if that was the case, we would go extra long.
yeah, well, we still can, and just like shorten her commission out or something like that. But ironically, we book our sale ads, which we just heard a nice sale ad in here, and
Yeah.
I always book a couple spots during that time. And the first thing she asks is, "Did you buy this at the gala?" And I said nope, and I get back the big cheer signs, yay! So Christy can eat this month.
Oh, okay, that's good. She'll be able to get paid then.
Yep.
I always kind of really, I know this sounds a little crazy to some people, but I always really look forward to your visits because I love talking about all the different aspects of your business. It's the monuments,
right?
Of course, that's what you do, and then of course all the maintenance and everything, and then the history and cemeteries always kind of clicks my switch. Just walking around and seeing all the different history out there. So they're very important. The cemeteries are very important. I know you feel the same way.
Yeah, and it is, and Custer County is really kind of unique, and really a lot of Nebraska, but Custer County specifically because we have so many cemeteries in it. there used to be a little website that's not online anymore, but back in the day it was called ePodunk. And so it like hit like all these small towns, and it was really cool information because it would list like Broken Bow, and it has a library, and here's the library, and take links to it, and it has 22 cemeteries within 8 miles, and you could go out and do that kind of thing. And I think one time I looked up Custer County, and there was like between 30 and 40 cemeteries in Custer County because we have so many like kind of rural. We'll call them abandoned cemeteries. They're not really abandoned, but there's several that are on like farm properties and things like that are hard to get access to, but they're still all registered, and so they're out there with a lot of pioneer history and things like that in it. And there's one that I'll keep kind of hidden, but it's in the south central portion of our county. And there's a Swedish cross maker from Iowa that was real famous, did things out of iron work and did really neat iron things. And at one time there was an organization tracking like all the memorials he did because it was like around 1,000, 1,100. And I come walking in and I see 2 of his more ornate pieces sitting there. And right away, it's him, and he's got his signature on them and things like that. And it was really, really cool to see him. And then all of a sudden, in the back of my mind, I was like, I need to get that on the list. And then I was like, no, we're in a rural area, and these things have like high value to them. They disappear in a heartbeat. Yeah. So you just kind of keep that to yourself, and you enjoy it for what it is and the perspective of it and history and that kind of stuff. And but we have a lot of neat things out there like that. There's one cemetery that's got a section of Civil War veterans in it that were from the South, which I thought was really odd when we came up here and saw that. And I know a few years ago that became a point of contention in the news. And so you're always kind of in the back of your mind going like, are they going to discover that cemetery in Custer County? And, while, they weren't on the right side of history there, they still deserve, their memorial space and things like that. And it is history and pretty neat to see and the markings, and to think, it had to be a family or something that relocated up here. But, there was like 6 Civil War veterans memorials right there in this cemetery that were all from the South, that said fought for the South, and it was kind of amazing to see that. So fun times if you go out there and do that. And like I said, sometimes you'll be driving down a country road and you look over and you see just like a weird section of trees, and you go over by it, and there's a bunch of gravestones in there. So it's fun to get out and walk through and look at them and maybe take some photographs of them and see what you can find out.
Well, Brent asked Jeff Denson earlier about watching sports, and when somebody gets hurt, does his mind go right to treating that injury? And he said, oh yeah, he watches it differently than probably we would.
Right.
And I'm sure when you're out and about and you find a cemetery that maybe you've only seen a few times or maybe not seen before, you have another switch that clicks and you go in there. What kind of art were they using? How elaborate was the stones? All that sort of thing.
Yeah, you really kind of do. You see that, and you think back, and one of my favorite cemeteries in Nebraska is Nebraska City. And back in the day, they had some really, really ornate pieces in there. Like they have one that is a full-size roll-top desk with books and everything on it.
Oh, wow.
And it's just amazing. And to think about the time that would have taken just to make back in 18 whatever or early 1900s. And then how do you put it in? Because like my guys would be like, I mean, we've got stones today. We're getting ready to do one down in Kearney that the total weight on it's 47,000 pounds.
Oh,
wow. And we're figuring out like what kind of machinery and how we're going to put this in. Now, the cool thing about it is it's a duplicate of something that was in the Grand Island Cemetery that's been in there since like 1930. So this same basically stone, and actually theirs was even heavier and more difficult because we modified the design so we could bring it in pieces instead of one big unit. But it's like, how did they get that in there back in the day? Because I know they didn't use a crane probably, I mean, or if they did, it was a limited crane, and they would roll things in and do things like that. And so, yeah, you really have to wrap your mind around it a little bit with it. There's also a rural cemetery over by Aurora, and we were in there setting, and this thing has probably a 40-foot tall obelisk in it that I can't think about how many tons that must have been.
Yeah.
And there was a guy there that he said he when he was a little boy, they came in and they rolled it in like on dowels and stood and blocked and tackled it and got it all stood up. So they were much more creative and much more resourceful and, dare I say, intelligent back then to put these things together and get them up. And yeah, today, I mean, we'd be heavy equipment and permits and all this type of stuff. And can we get it here? And how do we get it here? And because we're not bringing it in on a train, right? You know, we're probably bringing it in on a semi. And sometimes we have cemeteries or areas that we have to get to that, like, I can't even take my trucks in because they're too big. So I can't imagine, you know, trying to take something like that into. And so it is pretty cool to kind of think about that kind of stuff.
Well, I think people can relate to that who are listening if if they don't like touring cemeteries. When you go to different places and see buildings that were built when they didn't have tools that we have today, and they're actually more beautiful than the ones we build with the tools we have now.
Yeah. Sometimes I think we've lost some creativity with technology just a little bit, and resource. Obviously, we've lost some resourcefulness with it. Yeah. It's great because it does allow us to do a lot of things and to think outside the box. And there's things that we do today that my dad shakes his head at, and says, "I never thought we'd do this," or or "This is amazing," or "We're doing bronze work," or "We're doing civic memorials and adding things into it that wouldn't even been an inkling in his mind back in the day, but yeah, so I mean it's a plus and a minus, and the world changes quite a bit, but I don't know, it's still exciting times to live in and see what's out there, and the thing we have to keep remembering in our business, and really any business, is the way that we always did it isn't always the way that we need to do it, and so keep an open mind, look at it objectively, always be skeptical of it because you want to make sure that something lasts forever, or as close to forever as we can in our business, but don't discount it just because it's different than what we did or different than what my dad did. And so that usually becomes our biggest challenge as we go to conventions and look at new things, or somebody brings something to us from the internet and says, "Can you guys do this?" And I mean, it's a fun time to be in our business.
Well, we've talked about this before, and we want to get to the sale that you always offer this time of year. But the technology that you have allows you to do things that really personalize the monument, whether it be a photograph or, I think the list is pretty long anymore of things that you can offer that maybe you didn't 30 years ago, to add that personal touch to things.
Yeah, it really is, and like you said, we've got you've got the photographs that we do. We use a lot more, I guess we'll call it multimedia art that's going into things, whether it be polymers or glass or stainless steel and things like that. We've got one that's about ready to go in down near Omaha, and this gentleman was looking for something unique and different. He builds race car trailers, and so he'd come to us. Somebody had given him our name because he knew that we could do different things, and so we sat down, and he said, "I just really want something with metal because I like metal, I like race cars and things like that." And so we started looking at different designs of things that maybe we'd done, like just shapes or multiple pieces that fit together, and did that. And he kind of locked in on a couple of pieces, and then what we ended up doing is basically getting this great big stainless steel disc, and then we actually put his name in raised letters out of this stainless steel, and then have it all polished up and everything, and then join the two tablets together by basically sawing down in those tablets, making a notch in them, and so this is going to rest in there, and then they'll pin in together and hold the whole unit in place. And so that's just coming in on a truck here like in another week, and we're really excited to get it out there. It's been a long time coming on it. But it's cool stuff like that we get to work with and figure out today. We've got another family whose son tragically passed away, and he wants to do full-size picture type things, and back in even 20 years ago, we would have been limited to, like if we got an 8x10 picture panel from some company, that was huge. I remember the Bosselman family wanted to put a family portrait on the back of their stone. We looked all over to find an 11 by 17 porcelain that could go on there, and finally found it like in Italy, somebody who could produce it and get it here, and like the first time it came in, it was warped.
Oh,
and
no.
we couldn't put it in the stone, so you had to get it again and get it a second time, and it was several months to get it here, and then get it installed on the stone. And nowadays, like, I can do like a 3x4 one. That's a panel, and it's maybe made of steel with a porcelain enamel around it, and do things like that. And now it has a little magnetic piece that goes down in the corner that if you put your phone up to it, will take you to a web page, and then you can see like a photo album in there, or things like that, or videos, and all kinds of cool stuff that's in there to do that. And that's technology that's just the last 10 years that people have really pushed the buttons and boundaries with. And so so we're doing those things, and it is cool to be able to offer families that now when we couldn't before. And I remember 20 years ago sitting in my showroom, and a sales guy came through, and he's like, "Here, we've got this monument that you put a TV into, and you can play a video." And I go, "Okay, well, what do you do when the TV dies, or how do you get electricity to it?" Or, "Well, we use a solar panel." "Well, then how long does it run, and what do you do in the wintertime?" Well, obviously that technology was a thought in somebody's head, but it wasn't realistic technology. And now, I hate to think, but maybe this developed from it, because now with those codes that you can put it, or the NFRs, and it's there, and so people can do that. So in a way,
that's from a simple stone that you can provide all the way to something like that. And that's got to be exciting. Of course, there's AI and all of this thing in the future that can be used for good things, and I imagine that could come into play there too.
Yeah, there is. So that was Tanner Lewis was the name, a gentleman who came up with, they called it augmented reality, and he introduced it in a monument convention in, I think it was either Cleveland or Indianapolis, about 8 years ago. And he had taken a picture of it was actually of his son, but put it into there, and you put your phone over it, and the picture came to life and said, like, "Hey, Dad, how you doing?" and talked and did all that stuff. Well, that was all AI technology back then, and I was like, man, this is a little too creepy, to think about that. And why would somebody want that? And nobody will ever want this. And now we see it every day, like on Facebook and TikTok and stuff like that. And so, we've had people ask, can we do something like that for a memorial? And it's out there.
I suppose you could.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's always fascinating. I love what you can do to preserve those memories, or bring them right out in front of people, like you're talking about. But there's also a cost involved, and I know you work with all different types of families and loved ones who want to do what they can with the budget they have, right?
Yeah, and so, so we're always, like I said, we work with everybody. You come in with a budget, we'll try to find something for you to do that. Some people have beer budget, champagne taste, and sometimes we can come up with some really cool things that are really cool ideas from, hey, this is really what we want, but we don't have that budget. Can we take principles out of it? And so this time of year is a good time to come in and talk to us about it. We have our annual winter sale, so we have rebates that we have suppliers that are good to work with, and they give us some money back. So, it is priced accordingly. So if it's $3,000 or more, you can save $300 off on a rebate, $2,200, or if it's $1,250 or more, $125 back on that. Obviously, we can fit budgets below that as well, and we have worked really hard this last year. We've gone through some of our inventory and put out some lists of what we call random memorials. So we have stones that maybe have been around for a while. Maybe I bought them when I bought the place from my dad, or my dad had them when he bought the place from the Palmers back in the 70s. Or we've acquired 4 locations over the last 6 years, and so sometimes you pick up inventory that maybe doesn't fit into what we normally do or what we would normally sell. And so we've photographed these, and we've tried to put some things together in some different sizes and different price budgets too. So those price pages went out in the fall, and they've been really popular for maybe a family that's on a little tighter budget but still needs to get something that way. So this sale is another time to kind of showcase those things, and people can come in and we can work on that stuff.
the real thing that we always tell people is, even if we're working on a budget, is you want to stick with something and stick with a company that warranties things. And we're seeing more and more problems with that out there in the last few years. Warranties have changed from suppliers. So where it used to be you didn't ever worry about the granite if it cracked or split, now you have to be a lot more selective, because some companies don't warranty maybe something that's an import from overseas, or some have only 5 years, or some still do it for a lifetime. So sometimes when we're making a selection, we might go with a company that costs a little bit more, but maybe it's because we're still looking for a lifetime warranty on it. But if you're wanting to take a risk on it, or you're okay with that, we can also go to another supplier that might be a little more cost friendly, but we just understand that there would be if there's a problem after 2 years, then it's just kind of a problem we're going to have to live with. And even if we do that, then we're still going out there and we're trying to make sure that we're paying attention to the stone when we put things in. And we're no place is perfect. So, we've had problems on big, large scale memorials even in the last year where I hate to say it, we went in and all of a sudden a crack develops like in 6 months or even 6 weeks after it goes out there. Well, we're Johnny on the spot. We're looking at it going, okay, there's a problem here, and we've already made the call to the supplier and said there was an issue here and have a new piece coming, and then we're contacting the family and saying, hey, we noticed this problem. We're going to get it taken care of for you. Don't worry about it, in case you were out there. So that's something that we try to do, try to be proactive about. And so when you're out there shopping around, that's something that you really need to pay attention to. The other thing is unfortunately, in our industry, a lot of companies are going away. They didn't plan for a succession for kids to take over, or they didn't think about selling their business, and now they're not there. And so, like, for example, we're dealing with a project down in south central Nebraska that was a kind of a veterans memorial that fell over because it wasn't installed properly. It didn't have pins. They were too thin and for the wind shear, and it fell over. And that company's not around to help them do anything or take care of it. And so when talking with a company, you want to make sure that either they've been around or it looks like they're going to be around. And there's lots of very good companies in our area. So not just us, but there are good companies that have solid standings. But, that's something to ask them when you're in there talking, like, okay, you've been here for a while. How do I know you're going to be around? Or do you have a plan for after Chris Smith? I'm 50 years old. So what happens when Chris is gone in 40 years, and then what goes on with that? So you want to make sure that company is going to be viable, and or they're at least buying from places that even if Chris is gone, Dakota Granite will still stand behind that product and be able to take care of you.
Okay. So also blend this in before we close with the pre-planning.
Yes.
With come in and maybe make a plan for you and a loved one that you want to be together and buried in the cemetery. Now maybe go ahead and make that choice of the stones for whenever the time comes, right?
That is correct. Yep, and that's a great time for this sale. And start those discussions, start them early, get them done. My parents got theirs done here in just the last few years, and they have a stone out there now, and then everything is in place. Kids didn't have to make that decision when they were distraught or at a time of loss. And then it's just real simple. When mom or dad passes away, we can go in and put a date of death on it. But it's also a good time to talk to your family. Like Betsy and I are talking, like, well, what are our kids going to do? Do you think they'll be coming back to Broken Bow? Because that's becoming more and more common, even if people move away. California, things like that with cremation.
Yes.
A lot of those memorials and those remains are coming back to their hometowns and their home areas, or they're being with grandma and grandpa. So we see people buying not just 2 plots for themselves, but they're buying like 10 spaces. And so maybe we're looking at putting something on there that holds cremations, and you can put, the cemetery will say you can put 4 in a space. So you're looking for a couple of stones that go on it that you can put, 8 cremations in, and a whole family can still be there, or mom, dad, siblings, spouses, etc., and do that. So great time to do that in our winter sale and plan those. And even if you don't buy the stone, you can come in and have those conversations and go back to your family and plan, and then come back down the road and make that purchase.
All right, Chris, last question.
Okay.
On your, this might be a little personal, but
Okay.
on your parents' stone, is Butch going to have a walleye on his stone?
No, he didn't.
Oh.
So they did a little bronze work on it. So they have I assume it's probably my sister because she was the favorite of the family, but they did a statue replica of a gal mourning the loss of her parents.
Oh, really?
Put that on there. Yeah, so it was a neat piece of artwork that we did and used Joey Boehner, an artist that works with like the Lundin boys that grew up in Holdridge.
Oh.
He's their main artist, and so he kind of put that out there. So yeah, so it's pretty good.
All right. Well, I just figured he might want a walleye on there.
Right. Now, I heard a little bit ago when Jasper was in here, you guys had Team Brent or Team Dave. Is that going to be like a series that you're going to take into 2026?
I don't know.
With things here because, I think the kid was onto something. So
that's what I'm thinking. This could be really interesting.
Right. So I think maybe you guys ought to think about that for guests, at least this spring, up until the mowing portion comes with it, because there's a lot to think about. As a business owner, I'm sympathetic to Dave a little bit because I know you need, you have costs involved, advertising.
Yes.
Occasionally you've got a subcontract work out, so you got to cover expenses, equipment upkeep, rental, things like that.
Postage.
Right, postage stuff. So I'm really sympathetic to that, but I'm also really. Customer service is a hardcore belief of mine, and so that can kind of lead to Team Brent over there too, because you got to make sure that he's satisfied with the work that was done and not caught off guard by it or anything like that, and expectations were met.
Let me just say this, Chris. I never heard a complaint from Team Brent on the quality of the cut. He always said that it was really nice,
right?
But he just wasn't willing to pay for it.
So it's buyer's remorse.
Yeah,
yeah. See, in that I'm kind of sympathetic towards Team Dave as a business owner, because occasionally we get somebody that comes in after the fact that says we did a lovely, lovely job, but can I get a discount? And so just because they want a discount.
Yeah, and you have depreciation on the machine. You never know what the price of gas is. You have to have the unit serviced on the off season.
Yeah, a lot of variable costs there, Brent.
Lots of dollars there that people don't even think about, especially your neighbor.
Yeah. So lots to think about there when you guys get your board up, and you probably ought to just get like a whiteboard and put it back in here, and you can ask guests as they come in to decide where they're at and track for the year.
That'd be interesting.
maybe like a March Madness thing, and you can do that.
A bracket.
Yeah.
Well, if we do this and you come in and you're voting Team Dave or Team Brent, I just want you to remember Team Dave is the team that tells Team Brent that when they go to state wrestling, which is one of the biggest things that we do every single year, basically our food budget consists of a hot dog.
Ooh.
So just keep that in mind while you're voting.
Well, and again, as a customer who has Christy come in their office and say, "Are you going to do wrestling again?" and rates went up this year because Brent wants more than just a hot dog. He wants a runza.
Oh man, here we go.
It runs downhill.
I understand a guy's got to eat. I'm a big boy, so I understand more than a hot dog. but expenses there.
Well, and
Christy is still trying to get me to purchase a tent.
Yeah.
And how's Brent, Kirk, and Mick in a tent for 3-4 nights?
Well, I have
in the
a
month
camper
of February.
That if you'd like to borrow in
please
lieu
don't.
of
Please
in
do
lieu
not.
of payment for advertising, we could probably
do not offer that as an option.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. Here we go.
You don't have them. Those hotel costs are wicked.
They're bad. So yeah, good idea.
I mean, it's expensive to put these guys up. I will ask them if they could just get one big bed and all sleep together. But
no.
Good night, John Boy.
Good night, Brent. Good night, Nick.
Oh, my.
Good night, Mr. Crawley. Chris, how long does this sale go?
This sale's going to run through January and February here. Okay. Again, it's here in Broken Bow. We're located across from the post office here in town, or you can visit any of our locations at any of our stores that are in the surrounding communities, or just go to take a look at us on the web at themonumentpeople.com, and you can find a good place that works for you.
Thanks a lot. That was fun.
Thanks, guys.
News right after these words.
Rise and shine.
All right. The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN.
Hi, this is Andrew Knost, CEO at Gothenburg Health. We believe quality healthcare does more than heal. It helps communities thrive. We continue to reimagine rural healthcare with a balance of innovation, compassion, and expertise to serve you better. And because we're supporting our friends, family, and neighbors, delivering quality care just means more. Gothenburg Health, well ahead.
This is April Good, proud to be with Lashley Land and Recreational Brokers. We've been inundated with buyers from all over the country finding our website and asking about north central Nebraska farmland. Most buyers would be delighted to lease back the land to the seller or their trusted tenants. If you are thinking about taking advantage of these once-in-a-lifetime market conditions, call me, April Good, for a free market analysis on your property and check us out at lashleyland.com.
No matter where your schedule takes you, stay up to date on your bank accounts. Sign up for mobile or online banking with Bruning Bank to keep track of your accounts anywhere, anytime. At home, the gym, grocery store, day or night. Secure your banking and take control to deposit checks, transfer between accounts, view transactions, check balances, and set up automatic payments with Bill Pay. Ready to simplify your life? Download the app or visit bruningbank.com. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Sources tell CBS News there's been an exodus at the Justice Department over last week's death at an anti-ICE protest in Minneapolis. CBS's Jim Krasula.
6 career prosecutors, most of them supervisors, in the Civil Rights Division of the U.S. Justice Department have resigned. They quit after getting word the DOJ won't open a civil rights investigation into the fatal shooting of Renee Good by ICE agent Jonathan Ross.
Supreme Court's about to hear arguments in the case of a 15-year-old trans girl defying West Virginia's ban on trans athletes playing on girls' teams. CBS's Jan Crawford.
If the court says that those bans can continue, you may see other states trying to pass those laws.
Inflation cooled a little last month. The Labor Department says consumer prices rose at a lower than expected annual rate of 2.7%. The Wall Street Journal's Sam Goldfarb.
The experts do see a trajectory down at least close to that 2% level by the end of the year.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Steve DeSager.
The Houston Texans won their wild card game at Pittsburgh Monday night, 30-6. It was a 7-6 lead to start the fourth quarter. The Texans, who had started the season 0-3, are now 13-5, including 10 consecutive victories. Christian Kirk, 8 receptions, 144 yards and a score. Wide receiver Nico Collins left with a concussion. The Texans go to New England Sunday for a divisional playoff. New England defensive back Christian Gonzalez is in concussion protocol. Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford will play this Sunday at Chicago despite a sprained index finger. In the NBA, Sacramento beat the Lakers 124-112 despite 42 points from Luka Doncic. Wins for Dallas and the Clippers. Philadelphia won at Toronto 115-102. Tyrese Maxey 33 points. In the NHL, Tampa Bay won its 10th in a row 5-1 at Philadelphia. Detroit in overtime beat Carolina 4-3.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Chance for rain today, otherwise overcast skies. High temperatures reach up to 59, northwest winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. Cloudy skies tonight, slight chance of rain, lows level off around 29. Cloudy skies with a few peaks of sun tomorrow, high temperatures reach up to 42. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Friendly small-town shopping, impressive big-town selection, the Grocery Cart in Broken Bow. Visit them every day from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. and shop the very best cuts of meat, fresh produce, and delicious items in the deli. Find ads, coupons, and more online at gkbrokenbow.com. They look forward to seeing you soon.
Currently 39 under a cloudy sky. No rain yet, but we do have that chance today. Wind's not a factor right now. Pretty calm. Barometric pressure rising at 30.00. Humidity at 58%. Yesterday's high was 64 with an overnight low of 38. and we were at 42 at 6 o'clock this morning. Walking outside this morning, you thought, oh, yeah, light jacket today. It is now 39, so we're cooler than we were at 6 this morning. Sunset today at 5:31, sunrise tomorrow morning at 8:02. 200s precipitation measured as we are getting close to the halfway point of January 2026. So it is very dry out there. Maybe we can change that today. That's a look at weather and news at 9 on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Aaron. Appreciate that. Just looking ahead here, and this is a ways off, but we did receive a note from the Custer County Courthouse that the offices, Custer County offices, will be closed on January 19th for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. That's a ways off, but I guess not too far.
This coming Monday, I guess.
Yeah. So kind of write that down or put it in your memory banks that they will be closed on January 19th at the Custer County Court offices for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. What do you have over there, Brent?
Well, we want to remind you that coming up on Thursday, it'll be the third Thursday of the month, and they always do their Sip and Shop at Rustic and Red in Cozad to celebrate the third Thursday of each month. And they'll have some great sales running all day on Thursday. Store will be open from 10 until 7. Some of the sales they plan to feature include 20% off store-wide, 40% off ladies' apparel, 50% off Christmas, extra 10% off loft items. That could be up to 75% total discount. Now, some exclusions could apply, but it's going to be a big sale. They always do it right on the third Thursday of the month at Rustic and Red in Cozad. Sipping usually starts around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so swing on in to beautiful downtown Cozad and check out Rustic and Red during their Sip and Shop. The store will be open from 10 to 7 on Thursday at Rustic and Red in Cozad.
All right, want to look ahead here a little bit also to that Monday the 19th to start with anyway, because there's lots of blood drives coming up, and these blood drives will be on the Sand Hills Express community calendar page as well. But we want to remind you, so you can kind of plan ahead, blood drive at the Arnold at the Arnold Community Center from 8:30 a.m. until 2:30 p.m. on Monday the 19th. A blood drive at the American Lutheran Church in Cozad on Monday the 19th from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. And then on Tuesday the 20th, blood drive at Arcadia's Community Center, and that starts at 9 o'clock. And then a blood drive also at the Cozad Catholic Parish Hall on Tuesday the 20th from 11:30 until 5:30 p.m. And don't forget about that private pesticide training at the Seven Valley Senior Center in Callaway from 1 until 2 p.m. on Tuesday the 20th. For more information, go on to Sand Hills Express community calendar page.
Freddie is bringing back some live music at Sylvester's on Friday night. A favorite is coming back. Tim Zock will be performing this Friday at Sylvester's. Got his start singing Alabama songs with his dad on back roads, and now he has been named Best New Country Act in the state of Nebraska. Tim has some great talent that has turned into a full-blown music career, so go see him this Friday night at Sylvester's, performing from 9 until 1. Great music, Jell-O shots in addition to all your favorite drinks. It's East Highway 2, Broken Bow at Sylvester's. Tim Zock performing this Friday night.
Music from Springsteen for you, All That Heaven Will Allow.
attacks. Certain herbicide attacks, unleashing full residual power before weeds have a chance to emerge. Pre or early post-application, they are hopeless against such effective chemistry. Certain herbicide from BASF. Always read and follow label directions.
It is 9:17. Good to have you along. Hey, good morning from Winter, South Dakota in our chat box this morning. Tracy Chris. Good morning, Tracy. Had the wonderful experience of hauling ground hay out of Winter, South Dakota back in the early 1980s.
Oh, wow.
And that was I probably told this before, but that was the first time I discovered heartburn.
Oh.
Yeah.
And how did you discover it, if you don't mind me asking?
I went to it wasn't in Winter, South Dakota. It was a neighboring town up there. Maybe Gregory. I don't remember for sure, but they had a nice little restaurant on Main Street. And we were going to head back. We were loaded full of ground hay, got loaded up. And it was one of the coldest winters that we've had for probably in a long, long time, and still was a record cold winter. I think it was like 2 weeks that we were hauling ground hay. It didn't get above 0 during the day.
Oh, burr.
And then down into, 10, 20 below at night.
Yeah.
So you spent the first half of the day getting your diesel truck started, and then you tried to haul some hay. And anyway, I never had heartburn before. And I had a bowl of chili in Gregory, South Dakota. And I got, just about actually to Sargent on the way back. So I was close to getting home and coming up over the hills there. And I thought for a while I was having a heart attack.
Yeah.
Because I'd never had it before.
Uh-huh.
The chili was delicious, but probably running on an empty stomach and coffee, trying to get back home during that wintry weather. And I remember Gregory, South Dakota it was really good and chilly.
Yeah.
But I was pretty young yet then and hadn't experienced heartburn. I thought I was having a heart attack. I'm thinking, I'm driving this 18-wheeler. It's not a good time to have a heart attack.
No, probably not.
But it all turned out great. Really nice people up that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was always amazed, too, you folks up in South Dakota, the wonderful pheasant population you have up there. My goodness. You just kind of go across the border, going up through Burke and, up through there, and started looking, and there's pheasants all over the place, running across the road and in the thickets and in the fields. And we got kind of stuck in a field one morning that thawed out before we got out. And the gentleman there and his son said, "Come on in, we'll have dinner." And so they took us to their house, took us to their kitchen and fed us dinner until the rig got there that could pull us out. Really nice people, and they had pheasants everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm going, oh man, would I like to have my hunting license right now? They were just thick, and I assume pretty much still that way because a lot of people go up that way to hunt pheasants.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Oh man, absolutely.
Yeah. I know we miss our pheasants around here, although we have heard reports of improved numbers in certain areas of Nebraska, and a little bit of improvement here maybe, but that was so much fun. The getting up early, having all your clothes set out,
yeah.
The smell of a shotgun shell after it was fired, just the time with family going out. It was great.
Yeah.
And by the way, there's nothing better, as far as this old DJ is concerned, than pheasant gravy. Pheasant gravy on potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
Mashed potatoes with the cracklings of pheasant in the gravy. That was so good. Yeah. Be right back.
When you need trusted information fast, Brownfield Ag News delivers. Through daily programming right here and through our digital and social platforms, we connect farmers and ranchers to the news, markets, weather, and commentary they need to stay ahead. It's original, verified content from the nation's largest ag radio network, produced by a team of award-winning farm broadcasters who know agriculture. Brownfield, we inform. Visit us anytime at brownfieldagnews.com.
Choosing the right residual herbicide can feel like you need a map. Too many choices, too many claims that never quite hold up. Enough is enough. Zidua brand herbicides from BASF make the choice easy. It sets the standard for longer-lasting weed control, giving up to 2 more weeks of protection than competitors. When you have a Ziduation in your soybean fields, Zidua brand herbicides deliver new solutions to meet your evolving needs. Make the lasting choice and talk to your retailer today. Always read and follow label directions.
9:26. If you're having a birthday today, you're celebrating with Trace Atkins, who is 64 today. Doesn't seem like he should be that old.
No.
That big, deep voice of his. He is 64 today. Patrick Dempsey is 60 today. Grey's Anatomy, of course. Of course.
Yes,
you have that look on your face.
I've never seen an episode.
Oh,
but it's one of the longest. It's been like one of the longest running series. Well, maybe of all time. I don't know. It's been on TV for a long time, but I've never seen an episode.
Why is it, before we close the show, we'll leave you with a question. Why is it that soap opera stories, and Grey's Anatomy to me is a kind of a glorified soap opera with medicine, why does hospitals and medicine and doctors go so well with soap opera themes?
Yeah, they kind of do, don't they?
Yeah.
Was Patrick Dempsey, was he like I said, I've not seen an episode, but I've heard about the show, obviously. Was he the one who was referred to as Dr. McDreamy?
Yes.
He was, okay.
Yes, Dr.
All right.
Derek Shepard, or Dr. McDreamy.
Okay.
Broke out in the film Can't Buy Me Love, also starred in Valentine's Day, Enchanted, and Sweet Home Alabama, which was a pretty fun film. But yes, he was Dr. Dreamy.
Mm-hmm.
Again, is medicine romantic?
I guess.
I mean, you go in to see the urologist, is that romantic? You know?
Well, I don't know. I guess it depends on your perspective.
I'm not going to ask Doc Jacobson with Click Family Healthcare because I know the answer I'm going to get from him.
Yeah.
Anyway, a question. We'll just leave you with a question and ask you to get ready for the rest of the day here, from us here to you on The Breakfast Show.